Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Shock in the palace of the Ooni of Ife as Queen Naomi takes center stage on, the Ooni of Ife's global itinerary. Yes, so this is what we are hearing. This one is the latest, very fresh, right from the cooking pot. Ha ha ha! It is not a small thing that we are hearing. That Oloris woke up to a very shocking understanding that the itinerary, Ooni of Ife's itinerary has been completely changed. Now, if you have been following the trend of event, Dr. Elizabeth has been the one who has been handling itinerary for the Ooni of Ife. When Dr. Elizabeth left, when she got pregnant, they handed over the itinerary to Gospel. Gospel manipulated itinerary. Remember when she was having problems with Mikmi, Blow, and all of that. But when Dr. Elizabeth came back, Ooni of Ife took that position back and gave to Dr. Elizabeth. Gospel was very upset. But now it's also important to understand that there is nothing that can go on in that itinerary without the knowledge of the Ooni of Ife. Ooni of Ife will know everything, okay, because it's his own global itinerary. But right now, what is going on is that Queen Naomi, they had to redo that itinerary again. That Queen Naomi has taken center stage in Ooni of Ife's global itinerary. How? Why? And when people say no matter how long a log stays inside the water, it can never ever become a crocodile. They're right. Sit down, let's talk. You notice that throughout last year, it was in 2024, one person who was really favored from the itinerary of the Ooni of Ife was a Gospel. Gospel went all over the place. Went sometimes with Ooni of Ife. Other times she went solely to represent the Ooni of Ife, and she went as if other women were not there. Now, at that time, you know that there's this breeze of favor. From time to time, they push it, will favor this, they push, because they kept pushing it. You know, when something is not happening naturally, there is a way it happens. Then, if you have you noticed that when it comes to, Ooni of Ife's itinerary, do you know that it doesn't really favor Oletik? Have you people noticed that it does not really favor Oletik? Oletik is only main Oletik and Ikbi. I don't know, for some reason, and I do know that that's not my business, but I feel like it's not fair. It doesn't really favor Oletik. Oletik, for some reason, and Ikbi, I understand that Ikbi may not be that expressive, but talk about Oletik. Oletik is very fluent also. And so why Oletik will only do the local itinerary, why Ebony Gospel, they do the international itinerary, and as in representation is what I do not understand. And Blow, right? So now as we are talking, most of these trips that they make a lot of money. Yes, they do make money for themselves because they go in most times first class. They have first class suit to stay while they represent the Ooni of Ife. And knowing that, your wife to the Ooni of Ife, you know what that comes with, okay? That's why when people begin to ask why they're marrying him, we'll understand. But right now, everything has changed. They say a shocking development has emerged from the ancient city of Ife, one that is sending ripples across royal and diplomatic circle. The Ooni of Ife's global itinerary, once a well-guarded blend of tradition, diplomacy, and royal engagement, has taken a dramatic turn, and all eyes are now on Queen Naomi. Sources close to the inner chamber of the palace have confirmed that Queen Naomi has become the Ooni of Ife's official and consistent travel companion, accompanying him. Like from August, she will be accompanying him, to his most strategic international visit, from diplomatic summit to heritage forums, private state dinners, and royal conferences. Okay, what has raised eyebrows even more is the total withdrawal of, other wives, many of whom had once vied for visibility and favor in such appearances. A palace insider revealed that, this has brought so much problems, envy, anger, and all of that. And so that they woke up just to find out that everything has changed overnight. Now, it's important to understand that the Ooni of Ife's life is not all itinerary is not for the faint-hearted, from flying across continent in his jet, to engage in private cultural exchanges with world leaders. Every step requires not just elegance, but depth, diplomacy, and brilliance. This is where Queen Naomi's intellect has set her apart, fluent in global etiquette, spiritually grounded, and intellectually vast. It's not a small something. No, when I hear this guy sing, so my body just sweet me. Yes, so Della, right, let me come because that line is too sweet as we are hearing it. Oh. They say that Kabiesi's itinerary is not for the faint-hearted. From flying across continent, to engaging in private cultural exchanges with world leaders, every step requires not just elegance, but depth, diplomacy, and brilliance. This is where Queen Naomi's intellect has set her apart. Fluent in global etiquette, spiritually grounded, and intellectually vast. She's been described by Palace 8 as the Ooni's, sacred weapon on the international stage. And these were the things that the Ooni of Ife missed so much about Olori Naomi. They say a Palace insider was saying that Jesus, they couldn't believe what has just happened, that they could not believe what is happening, that Kabiesi will be complete again. That they say one thing that Kabiesi missed so much was Naomi's presence. Naomi has got presence. I hope you guys know that. That woman, there's something about Olori Naomi. I will not lie. It is not the, sometimes when I talk, they say, Delaram, you too like Naomi, your own too much, Naomi has got presence. This is not a lie. When Naomi is going, Naomi is going. When Naomi is going, you see uniqueness. When Naomi is going, you see something. It's different. They said this has made Kabiesi so happy right now that this is coming back. They said when Naomi was in the palace, please ignore that sound. That when Naomi was in the palace, okay, there was this cultural symposium in, somewhere in Geneva that Queen Naomi reportedly gave a brief address that left foreign dignitaries deeply impressed. One European cultural attaché was overwhelmed, saying she speaks with the wisdom of royalty and the clarity of a scholar. Now I understand why she's always by his side. That was one of the events that Ooni of Ife and Naomi attended, and Naomi, it was a symposium. And so they said these were the things that Kabiesi was missing, that Kabiesi has missed Olori Naomi so much. Kabiesi has missed Olori Naomi, that there was something that happened in Dublin lately, and he only sent support. He did not send a representative. Usually he sends that. Recently he has started sending his own, like, fellow men like him who are working with him to go and represent him in places. The reason happens to be that there are certain he needs some intellectual, like he needs a certain level of, brilliance, to be able to be represented, as in, if you want to be that person that represents it. It's not just to sling, it's to speak clearly and intelligently. It's what Ooni of Ife has been missing so much from Olori Naomi. Some of the wives have passed, remarks like, in fact, anything that has to do with a man, not just by put a man, that they keep saying, why Queen Naomi? Like, why Queen Naomi? That Queen Naomi, who stepped out from the palace, is now back at the forefront, but the Ooni's unwavering loyalty to her brilliance has, answered all those questions. Ooni loved that woman, so they should leave Kabiesi alone. So, but what is going on basically right now is that she is taking the center stage in Ooni of Ife's itinerary again. I'm going to bring you more updates. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.